I'm George Siemens. I am a faculty member in psychology at University of Texas in Arlington, and I'm also cross-appointed with the Center for Change and Complexity in Learning at the University of South Australia. I am the 14th CJ Koh Professor in the National Institute of Education here in Singapore. I think when it comes to technology, it needs to be very purposefully based in the values that a school district holds, and it needs to be very purposefully based in the kinds of interests that matter to teachers and to parents and various stakeholders. It needs to be intentional rather than just because it's there. So I think for school systems, for researchers within the National Institute of Education, there are some tremendous opportunities to advance learning sciences by having access to the kinds of data that reflect students making choices, students setting goals, students persevering, students losing interest. There's a lot of value that can be provided to learning designers, to teachers, and to principals through the use of data generated through digital interactions. To get started requires teachers to really think in networks, which means the best way to get started with learning analytics is at a school level. If you do it at an individual classroom level, it's difficult to get all the knowledge and the expertise together to solve those kinds of problems. But a group of teachers, some who have solid grounding in learning sciences, some who have more of an awareness of the data science background, some who have a good understanding of research methods and approaches, that's probably the best way to get started, is to think of the problems through a team-based lens. Generally though, I'd look at advice for teachers and principals deciding whether a future should include a certain technology is to ask really two questions. Is what problem does that technology solve in a classroom? And what opportunity does that technology enable? It should be advancing the learning, improving the quality of the learning. That should be our driving motivation. It's important to emphasize that a person at the end of the day, when you're dealing with developmental challenges, is still the best agent to help guide students through some of those difficult challenges. So I'd always be reluctant to turn to technology first, but I could definitely see a human first supported by technology such as individual tutoring or personalized learning through some kind of technology tool set being a positive direction. I think the biggest first day advice I could give to teachers is the recognition that, for lack of a better word, you'll be just fine. The fact that it's stressful early on is just a sign that you want to do a good job, and that's a very healthy mindset. Every teacher who stepped in a classroom that eventually became a good teacher was nervous, was apprehensive, was worried, and wanted to do a good job. That mindset is exactly what will make someone a great teacher in the long run. There aren't many education systems around the world that come close to the quality of education in Singapore. And Singapore is typically looked at as being one of the top 1, 2, or 3 systems globally. And that's due to the quality of the instruction, the quality of the research, and the quality of the work that's being done here at NIE. So a huge congrats and a huge pat on the back for outstanding work in raising the profile of Singapore.